Good morning from the Avon Valley Parish on the edge of the New Forest in Hampshire. I'm here to offer a poem in readiness for Christmas, and it's called The Legend of the Christmas Rose, and it's written by Francesca Alexander. And the legend also recalls a shepherd named Madelon, and the Christmas rose is associated with St. Agnes. When the angels came from heaven to earth to bring the news of the Saviour's birth, when wondering shepherds heard and feared, so great the glory that there appeared, beside their fire with branches piled, sat still and tired a little child. All day she helped the sheep to tend, and now she was resting at the end. And no one gave her a passing thought amid the rapture that night had brought, nor dreamed that the words by angels sung could reach the mind of a child so young. Yet she, like them, had the story heard, had listened breathless to every word. And when the shepherds their journey made to a poor low shed where he was laid, she never thought of the night so keen, nor the weary miles that lay between. But borne along by a great desire, she rose from her warm seat by the fire, and out through the still and frosty air she followed on without asking where. But while they hasted, they did not mind that the child was running on behind. And now they reach the shed they seek, and stand half fearing to move or speak. The child drew nearer, and in the shade she stood concealed while the men delayed, and saw what she had not seen before, that each to the babe an offering bore. And as they looked on the poor array, she heard a man to his neighbour say, "They are little, yet none the less they may our service and love express. Tonight I think it would be a sin if one should go empty-handed in." Poor child! It fell on her like a blow, and now she thought that she must not go and see the babe who had come from heaven, to whom already her heart was given. A moment stricken and lost she stands, and looks at her empty hands. For she had nothing on earth at all, no gift to offer, however small. With lips that quivered and eyes that shone, she stood in the moonlight street alone, then fell to the ground in trouble sore, and wept as she never wept before. On the pavement cold, it could be said, the stones were wet with tears she shed. But the stones were broken here and there, and so much the frozen ground was bare. And there, wherever the teardrop fell, a bud in the earth began to swell. As though the seed had been taking root, from every tear grew a pale green shoot. There were leaves of dark and glossy green, there were rosebuds that hung between. Then came a blessed and happy thought, that here was the very gift she sought, and so the pain in her heart was stilled, with bud and blossom her hand was filled. And then there was neither bolt nor bar, she timidly pushed the door ajar. With eyes where the tears were not yet dry, with her small hand she held the flowers on high. Then the mother took her hand and led the happy child to her infant's bed. And who so blessed as that little maid, then down by her side her flowers she laid. And ever since at Christmas time, when the bells ring out at midnight chime, when the needy poor are helped and cheered, for love of him that night appeared, when hearts are warm and when air is still, the child's white flowers are blooming still, and tell the story through the changing years of her who could only offer tears. I love this poem. It's quite a lot longer than I've been giving you, which I've read. I loved the atmosphere at the time when the lowly shepherds tending their sheep in cold, hard conditions, which I do know is possible for the desert at that time of the year. I offer this poem as a sign of the importance of how a little child was drawn to the birth of Christ, which draws us all into the words of Jesus, "Suffer little children to come unto me." Although I'm a little early, I offer you peaceful greetings and I say goodbye and God bless.